Hey all, Alex here at your home of the Music Deep Dive, and today we'll be doing a review of the 2003 biography by Kenneth Silverman, Lightning Man, The Accursed Life of Samuel F.B. Morse. Samuel Finley Breese Morse, born the 27th of April, 1791 in Charlestown, Massachusetts, died the 2nd of April, 1872 in New York City. The son of a Calvinist pastor, Morse incorporated religious influences in his first career path, painting, which he pursued on a commission-by-commission basis for the better part of 2 decades. It was during his travels for that profession when Morse sketched a design for an electrical telegraph, a concept that had been discussed in Europe for years but had never been convincingly produced. Thanks to Morse's application of the concept of relays, which, if you're not familiar, are switches that are installed at regular intervals in the electrical circuit to maintain the strength of the signal, the telegraph exploded in popularity during the early 1840s and created really the concept of instant electrical communication that is the backbone of how we communicate today and how I'm communicating to you right now. Despite owning the patent for the telegraph, however, Morse was embroiled in legal battles and accusations of plagiarism for the rest of his life, and even now it is questioned how truly original his ideas were. This book was written by Kenneth Eugene Silverman, born the 5th of February 1936 in Manhattan, died the 7th of July 2017 in Manhattan. An English professor at New York University, Silverman was responsible for the writing of several major biographies during his life, including books on Edgar Allan Poe, John Cage, and Harry Houdini. His biography of Cotton Mather won the Pulitzer Prize for biography back in 1985. Now, I will admit that I struggled a bit with this book, specifically with the perspective that the author is bringing here. Silverman treats Morse pretty loosely overall, not inexcusably so, but the portrayal is largely sympathetic, even though the information being given suggests that it shouldn't be. Morse was faced with plagiarism accusations almost from the first publication of his ideas, and while Silverman does explain away some of these accusations comfortably, there are times where he admits Morse's counter-arguments aren't convincing, but then doesn't really explore the implications of that statement. Especially when the title of your book mentions Morse having an accursed life, it's hard to kind of defend that sort of a title when large parts of his misfortune are of his own doing. I also wonder if more attention couldn't have been spent on Morse's religious and political views. The man was a very ardent anti-Catholic and extremely pro-slavery, and the latter viewpoint especially gets touched on at times, but never really engaged with appropriately, and I don't know, that feels like a major missed opportunity to me, but maybe I'm alone on that front. But without getting too caught up in that, by and large, this book succeeds in how it presents Morse's story. It's not overly interested in getting into the nitty-gritty of technical details, so if you're looking for an intricate understanding of how the telegraph works, then definitely look elsewhere, but it describes it well enough for a beginner to get what they need and get some understanding out of it. In other aspects of Morse's life, such as the litigation that he went through, and then his personal life and relationships, I think Silverman hits kind of a comfortable balance of discussing those along with everything else. And if anything, the issues and tragedies Morse experienced among his own family is the closest he comes to being an accursed or a truly sympathetic figure throughout this whole narrative. There is a bit of Walter Isaacson to Silverman's writing style and how he describes events, although I will say that Isaacson hero worships exponentially more than Silverman does. And as I've said in other reviews, I do appreciate it when biographies end with these little epilogues kind of summarizing their subject's legacy, and this one does that. I just, again, wish it were a little bit more critical in its observations. Not much more to say other than that. The book is well done, and it works great as an introduction, so I would recommend it as a resource. I just don't think it's as fully fledged a portrait as it could be, and I do see noticeable room for improvement and fleshing out the story here. And that's it. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. As always, more reviews are to come. Tell a friend as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time right here at your home of the Music Deep Dive.